All right, y'all, we're gonna start with a cup of peanut butter and a stick of butter that I melted together in the microwave for 30-minute increments. You wanna get those stirred up. Actually, let's get our spatula out. So we've got our peanut butter and our butter all stirred together and melted. Once you have it stirred together, you're gonna add in about 8 sheets of graham crackers that we put in there. Get that mixed in there together. What I did is I threw the sheets in a food processor to get it nice and crumbly. You're also going to want to add in a cup of powdered sugar as well. So get that nice and mixed together. We're creating our base here. As you can see, I switched to another bowl because I foolishly started with a bowl too small. All right, now that we got that nice stirred together, we have an 8x8 baking dish that we put parchment paper down on. We're gonna put this down on the bottom of that because this is gonna be our base. Okay, we got all that in there. Go ahead and just spread it evenly over the bottom. Can you see that? Get that nice and covered. We're gonna take what's left of this peanut butter here, which is about 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. Throw it in a bowl. And then we're gonna take some dark chocolate. We're gonna put 1.5 cups. There we go. Then we're gonna microwave this at 30-second increments until we got it nice and melted together. All right, now that we got that melted, let's get it mixed together. So let's take our melted chocolate layer, top of our peanut butter. Ooh, that's like so satisfying to watch. All right. So go ahead and get that chocolate layer spread over the top. Okay, now that we have the chocolate nice and even over the top there, the star of the show, we're gonna take our mini pretzels and just form rows here on top of it. Our final pretzel down. Okay, y'all, and then we're gonna put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours. Then we're gonna come back, cut it into slices and try it. All right, y'all, we've had it in there for a couple hours. So once you've had it in there for a couple hours, we're ready to eat this thing. Go ahead and take the parchment paper. You can take it out of the container. Pull those edges back.
Yeah.
And then take a knife. Gently cut through. I think we're gonna have my 9-month pregnant wife try this because she's really who I'm trying to please here. Here she comes.
What'd you make?
You ready to give it a try?
Yeah.
Why don't you try that one?
Ooh, it's like
Yeah,
good and soft at the bottom.
Let me get a look at that. Can you turn it up? Yeah. So demanding. Yum.
Yeah, don't yell at me. Oh, that
All
bottom
right,
part is
moment of truth.
Mmm.
You really like it, I can tell. Because I can tell when you really don't. What do you think?
It's delicious. The chocolate is cooked. Or not cooked, but it's like cold, but it's not too cold in your teeth. It's a good combo of this nut butter.
What do you think about the dark chocolate? Do you think it'd be better with milk chocolate or dark?
Is that what it is? Dark?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm a fan of dark. I think it's great.
You heard it here, folks. Baby girl's gonna like it too, I think. All right, y'all, we're gonna do one of my favorite crock-pot meals. It's a crock-pot meaty ravioli. Start with 1 can of crushed tomatoes, and we're gonna season it with some Italian seasoning. I've got a little over a pound of ground beef. I'm gonna put half of it because we're gonna layer it in here. I already seasoned this with a bunch of garlic salt. In case you're wondering if the meat is seasoned, it is. Get that mixed in there a little bit. Make a nice little meat sauce. Then once you have that mixed in, we're gonna put 2 cups of mozzarella over the top of that. And then we're gonna throw about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan as well on top of that. And we're gonna take, we got a 24-ounce bag of ravioli, frozen. We're gonna put about half the bag over that. Get it nice and spread. A few more. Just get it nice and covered. You don't have to do too much. Then we're going to take another can of crushed tomatoes, 28 ounces, put it over the top of that. Rest of the meat. Put some Italian seasoning over that. Take your Parmesan and your mozzarella. Get that mixed over the top there. Then once you have all that, we're going to put our final layer of ravioli on top. And just get it spread over the top there. Let some of the cheese kind of go over the ravioli there. I've got a little extra Parmesan I'm going to sprinkle over the top of that. All right, so we're going to put the lid on. We're going to set it on low for 3 to 4 hours. Come back, this baby should be ready. All right, let's take a look. This looks perfect. Look at it bubbling.
Cheesy.
Oh yeah. I want to get down into both layers too. Let's try. Doesn't this look like a perfect just winter time? Throw it in the crock pot. Just warm your soul right up. Doesn't it look like that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Is my hair crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oops. My bad, people. Went on a walk and had my hoodie on. That's a winner right there, folks. Even made my jaw pop. It was so good. Y'all gotta try this. All right, y'all, we got 3 pounds of russet potatoes. I already boiled them, so now I just gotta mash them up. Before I fully mash them, let me get a little salt and pepper in there. Probably getting them a little mashed, then mash them up a little bit more. Kind of mixes and mashes it at the same time. Then we're going to also throw in some smoked paprika in there. There we go. Get it nice and mashed up a little bit more. All right, now that we got it nice and mashed up, we're going to add in about 5 tablespoons of melted butter, half a cup of milk, and I do a few teaspoons of minced garlic. Go. 1/4 cup sour cream. And once you got all that in there, I want to get all that stirred together. All right, now that we got that nice and mixed up, we got our greased 9x13 here, and we're gonna spread this over the bottom. Go ahead and spread that over the bottom as evenly as you can. All right, now that we got that nice and spread over the top evenly, we're gonna take some cheddar cheese and just get that spread over the top. We got 2 cups of cheddar that we're spreading over the top here. And then I cooked up 7 pieces of bacon, and I put it in my food processor to get these nice little bacon bits. So these ain't no bacon bits in a little plastic container. Not that there's anything wrong with that. These are some real bacon I cooked up in my air fryer. Try to get that evenly spread over so everybody's getting a nice little bacon bite when they're getting their helping. All right, so we have the oven preheated to 400. We're gonna cover it with some foil for 20 minutes at 400. And then for 10 minutes, we're gonna cook it uncovered. So 20 minutes covered, after 20 minutes, uncover it for 10 minutes. Let's take a look. Ooh, baby. Y'all, this looks like the perfect comfort food side dish here. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. What you think, Ryan? You excited about this one?
It looks pretty good.
All right, I'm just gonna go right in, give it a try. Oh yeah, that looks like a good bite right there. Obviously, I gotta blow it off for a second. That's just like perfect comfort food right there, folks. If you're looking for an easy recipe to bring that everybody's gonna love, this should be your go-to right here. Merry Christmas.